Sweet, oh, sweet chariot, coming for to carry me.
Sugar, shush my daddy's girl. Official Cali girls will make you wanna spin big. Gotta drop $1,000,000+ if you wanna own this. Gated homes with ocean views, crystal floating in the pool. Designer gowns, Winston Jules, my closet is fit. I've been buy me this, buy me that. You may think that I'm a rat, but I know what I'm worth. Yeah, where it's at. Boys annoy me, they just can't afford me. When I want it, I get it, 'cause I'm sugar daddy's little girl. That's exciting, you won't regret it. When you want it, you'll get it, 'cause I'm sugar daddy's little girl. Daddy, daddy, I am your girl. Daddy, daddy, buy me the world. Daddy, daddy, I am your girl. Daddy, daddy, buy me the world.
What's up, sugar daddies? Isis Elliott here with the first ever episode of Snatched. This is gonna be the series where I just give you the looks that I wanna fucking give you. Oh shit. Normally they'll be the looks of Elliottee, but every once in a while I'll give you some random shit. This one's a very draggy tutorial, but I know a lot of my friends, you guys would wear this. If you're not a drag queen, tone it down, but use the same principles. I mean, it's not very difficult to know what you don't do for your face and what you do for your face. So, I mean, if I have to explain that to you, you don't need a makeup tutorial. You need something else, okay? Anyway, this one is me going to my sugar daddy's wonderful, lavish, amazing, paid for by himself, completely separate from my will, funeral. Yes, yes, yes. And as you can see, I went with themes of gold and opulence, but still bereavement. I'm still sad. As you can see, black lipstick means sad, obviously. So I'm just waiting for that check to be in the bank. And that's it. So watch this shit, get into it. I'm not gonna talk any longer because I already don't want to edit it and I haven't even started it yet, so let's go. Yes, bitch, let's get into this shit. Isis Elliott in voiceover mode. Y'all have never had this before. Yes, bitch. Okay, bitch. Stop dancing. It's time to get to the fucking makeup. He just died, bitch. He just died. Okay, so today we're using our Pond's Dry Skin Cream as our primer. I do not prime with a normal primer. I find that this gets my skin more than tacky enough to have the makeup adhere to my skin, and at the same time it is moisturizing me and making sure that I'm not gonna look all flaky dick later on in the day like some of you bitches. Oh my god, please stop doing that. Your skin is fine. Alright, so next I'm going in today with actually a black eyeshadow just to make my eyebrows really, really dark. Normally I use the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Definer in the shade Ebony, but as I said, bitch, today we're not doing that, so bitch, don't hold me to my normal standards. Anyway, I normally just line that along the bottom, take this along the top, and actually when I get to the center of my brow, I make a sharp turn downward just so I can have a nice pointed, bitch, what the fuck did you say to me, ass brow for these kids. Okay, so let me go ahead and blend my black eyeshadow from the bottom into my brow, filling in that negative space that we have just created. Yes, bitch. Fill her up, bitch. Yes. Now, you may feel free to stop here. You don't actually have to perform the next step if you don't want to, but, you know, some people want to be, you know, more snatched. Other people are fine with, you know, being right at the precipice of snatched, but not actually, you know, really there. But anyway, so we're going to fill in our brows even more, make them even more defined, and then we're going to take our Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Definer, the spoolie end of it, and we're going to just blend that brow in, make sure we don't have any harsh lines in the center of our brow. And you want to make sure if you take off too much pigment with the brow definer, with that spoolie end, or with it, whatever spoolie you're using, you make sure you go back and fill it back in if you've like emptied your brow, because it'll be ugly. And then you can just revel in your work. Just revel in it. Just fucking revel. Next, I'm going to take my foundation shade, which is actually the Kryolan TV Paint Stick in the shade D0, and I'm going to line my brow just to cover up any imperfections, wipe away any sins, because, you know, I'm going to a funeral, bitch. We might be having to go through a church house. Ain't nobody trying to be sinning up in the church. You know, I'm already trying to get this money, and I already think the Jesus might be looking at me funny, so bitch. Then we're going to take this, and we're going to make sure we also line the top of our brows, make sure that we don't have, you know, you can't have no sins on the bottom and just a ton of sins at the top. That's just some old bullshit. We're not doing that. And I blend her in with my finger just because normally skin to skin contact with that foundation for that part of my face is just a lot better. So now with the brows done, we're going to go into our eyeshadow today. For this entire look, we're going to be using the Modern Renaissance palette, pretty much aside from one shade from the NYX Dreamcatcher palette. But anyway, I'm going to go in and just, you know, cover up my fucking eyelid with my foundation again. And then I go in with the MAC Mineralize Skinfinish in the shade Medium Dark, and I cover up all of that wonderful eyelid space. Yes, yes, prime her. Next, I'm taking a very large blending brush from Morphe, and I'm mixing the shades Burnt Orange and Raw Sienna into my outer corner and all along just that wonderful crease of my eye. I don't want to put it in too heavy, but just a light shade there. And then I'm taking a smaller eyeshadow brush, which is much more dense, and I'm using Cyprus Umber from that same Modern Renaissance palette. I'm bringing it especially into the outer corner, but right up into that crease as well. Blend, 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 always blend, 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 blend. If you blend it once or twice, just fucking blend that shit again. Next, I'm taking the darkest shade from the NYX Dreamcatcher palette, and I'm putting that into the outer corner of my eye. I forgot what that color actually is, but I'll tell you somewhere, somehow. This is on a large fluffy brush. This brush had no pigment on it beforehand to make sure that you don't have any pigment. You don't want to be dragging anything else around. Blend, blend, blend. Just make sure you don't blend too much black into your actual under eyebrow space. Next, we're going to go ahead and carve out our crease. I'm actually using the shade Tempera from the same Modern Renaissance palette. And in the very center corner of my eye, I'm going to be using the shade Vermeer, which is just going to pop that shit right out. And if you're actually close, if you're in the room, it's actually going to look very shiny. Next, I'm just taking a pen liner from Sephora. It's just one of their normal pen eyeliners. It is black. And I am just dragging that into the center of my eye. You don't actually have to do this. You could just fill in the outer corner of your eye, but you do have to pull in the inner corner from a point to try to make it as small as you can and just pull that shit at least to the center of your eye. All right, now we're starting to look a little sad. We're starting to look like we're going to a funeral. We're starting to look like we're, you know, a little wounded. So let's go ahead and make this even more intense. Let's just mix that dark eyeliner into the outer corner and blend that shit in with that same brush we used with the black eyeshadow on it. We want to make it pretty dark. Now you can choose to bring the black further into the center of your eye. I didn't really want to today, just because I have dude eyes, and if I do it too much, my eyes will look really tiny, and that's not cute, so I'm not fucking doing that, but you can do it if you'd like. Next, we blend, we always fucking blend. Now is the part that you've all been waiting for. You want to take a glitter glue or some sort of mixing medium, put that along that crease line. Just follow the line that you've already created, because even though our sugar daddy just died, you know, we're trying to catch another sugar daddy at the funeral, because you know all his rich friends are going to be there. So next we're putting in, I'm starting with a chunky glitter. It's a chunky gold glitter. We're going to put that bitch right there in the center and follow that line. And then we're going to find a much smaller glitter. We're going to take our much smaller glitter, our much more fine glitter, and put that around further into the eye, further along that wonderful crease. And then we take our black that we used for our eyebrows, and we just go ahead and define that edge, trim it as we see fit, cut off any glitter you don't need, and make that line as sharp as possible. And then we just blend. Please practice your bereft face before you get there. You don't want to get there and not know what the fuck it's gonna look like. Wipe away all the excess, wipe away all the sins, wipe away all the tragedy, wipe away all the sadness. Instead, just think about the zeros that are gonna be in the bank account. Wipe all that shit away. Wipe it all away. That's your old life. You're not living that anymore. Now I take my makeup, dumbass. Now I take my foundation in the shade D0, and this is the Kryolan TV paint stick once again. I'm putting this all over my face. I do have man face, so I have to put this literally everywhere, all over, just a ton of makeup, full coverage, just fucking everywhere. Use as much as you need. for your face and for the look that you are going for. Blend, 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 always blend, blend everything out all the time. And while you're blending, I just want you to think about how much money is about to be in the bank account. Just think about how crushing that bank account's about to be. Next, I'm using my Sephora concealer. Jeez, let me fucking speak. In the shade Bright Future, and I'm just putting that in the T-zone of my face. That's underneath the eyes, above my lips, but on my chin, and actually in the center of my forehead. And then I go ahead and put a little bit on my nose. And you can do what I do here, which is I took a lighter concealer shade, which is actually the shade Truly Beige in the Kryolan TV paint stick, I believe. And I put that into the inner corners on my forehead and went ahead and carved my cheeks out as well. I did not put that on my upper lip or on my chin just because it would make my face entirely too bright if I did too much of it for this makeup tutorial. Next, we want to blend all of this in as well. Just keep blending. When in doubt, blend. You want to try to use a portion of the sponge that has not been completely covered in dark color as well. I'm also going back in with that Mineralize Skinfinish in the shade Medium just to make sure I can secure those highlights of the face. And I'm only putting that on the T-zone just to secure those highlights. And we're gonna take the shade Medium Dark and we're gonna secure everything else. And I'm just taking that on a large fluffy brush from Morphe. Once again, go back in and secure those highlights with the medium shade again. And we go into our Anastasia Beverly Hills contour kit. Once again, I think this is the one that's, yeah, it's tan to deep. And I start off with the shade Earth and Espresso, and I mix Earth and Nutmeg, and I mix those two together just to get me my initial contour. And then I take the shade Espresso just to deepen everything up. Going in with my nose contour, I only use the shades Earth and Nutmeg just because I don't want to make it too dark, and I also want to make sure that I blend that up into my eyebrow or into my eyeshadow, whichever one you would like to, just to make sure that the nose contour looks as real as it could possibly look. If you're not putting that much on, you might just have to take like a fan brush or something and just fan brush your contour on. I also contour my nostrils just to make them look super snatched as well, and then I take my same face powder and go over that just to make everything look more natched. Now going into my glow kit and that glow, I'm going to put the shade Golden Bronze onto the high points of my face just to give me, you know, an initial little, you know, misty, dewy look. She's trying to look misty at the funeral. She wants to look like she's been crying, you know, like she's been going through it. So we want her to look, you know, a little moist. And then, you know, some of you don't take a big brush under the brows. I do, because, bitch, I'm that bitch. I'm trying to be that bitch at the funeral. I want to be glowy as hell. I want to be bright as hell. And we also use the shades Bubbly and Dripping in Gold on top of our Golden Bronze shades. Next, I'm just going in with a black lip pencil over my lips, just, you know, carving out my lips, because I'm still a classy lady, and classy ladies use lip pencils. They don't just go in with the liquid lip. But next I go in with the Velour liquid lip from Jeffree Star Cosmetics in the shade Weirdo. It is my favorite liquid lip because I just love a nice black lip. Raw Sienna and Burnt Orange once again underneath that eye, and then we redefine that with Cyprus Umber and that black shade from the NYX Dreamcatcher palette. Yes, bitch, we are looking wonderful. We're looking glowy and everything. Now we just want to put some black in our waterline. I am using a pencil from Marc Jacobs. And then in the center, in the inner corner, I'm actually going to be using a NYX Jumbo pencil in the shade Cashmere. Make sure those lips look amazing. You can't possibly snag up another sugar daddy if your lips look crusty, crumbly, or otherwise. Yes, bitch. Yes, bitch. Now we're going ahead and putting some of our Black Widow moles here. We're putting 8 because we didn't necessarily kill our husband, but bitch, now he's dead. You know, who cares who did it? The point is that the money is going in our account. Let's go ahead and... Yes, bitch. Yes. This is gonna sell. They're gonna believe this, bitch. That money is in your bank. It's good as yours, bitch. You own the company now, bitch. He's gone. He's gone. He's gone. Yes, bitch. You won, bitch. You won. You won. Okay, so I only added a few things. I added black in the waterline. No, I think I did that on camera. Gold. I don't know. I put my lashes on. I put more black back in my eyebrows. I don't know what else I did. I don't know what else I did. I don't know when I stopped recording. I did other things. I redefined my moles all over again. Whatever. Anyway, I love you guys. Thank you so much for watching the first ever episode of Snatched. Please come back every Monday. That's the only time I'm posting these. Do not ask me for any other days. Do not send me a bunch of comments. Do not comment in this video for more of them. Don't do it. Only Monday. I have enough on my plate already. Fuck you if you want me to have more things, okay? Enough. Monday. That's it. Anyway, love yourself always. This is not Elliottee, but you know what? Still, fuck Trump, fuck white supremacists, fuck them all. Fuck them all. Fuck them all. I love you guys so much. Please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, bitches, comment, bitches, like, bitches. Don't fuck with me. Fuck you. Like this shit. Anyway, life is beautiful. Live it beautifully. I love you so much, and I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.